Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. We will start with chapter 1 of organizational behavior. So basically this chapter 1 is the introduction of the whole books. Is actually want to explain briefly about what is organizational behavior. So before we go further into discussing about the definitions or regarding all the subject or all the topics, it is important to understand a little bit about management, especially the manager, the functions, roles and skill. So maybe you're already familiar what is managers. Maybe if you go to any company, you will see someone who are perhaps maybe looking more like a supervising or like directing others or instructing others to do. So manager is basically someone who get things done through others. That's why you see someone or the person who are instructing or directing others to do, because according to the textbook, manager is that person who need to get things done through others. That means through their employees that they hired in the organization. So basically, organization is referring to the coordinated social unit that may compose two or more people. If it is only one person in the company, is not considered as an organization. So it must compose of two or more people. That's the functions of that unit is actually on the continuous basis. And this continuum basis, the aim is to achieve a common goal or set of goals. So in the organization, each of the organization normally have a goal, and this goal normally to earn profits, or sometimes they have certain goal, but normally for the survival of the organization. So organizations consist of four things: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. So basically composed of four elements: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. So in the organization, they're also doing planning, because without planning you can't execute the plan, the goals. You can't be able to carry the goals smoothly, perform the goals smoothly. So it is important to have planning. So normally planning will define the organizational goals, and it's not just define, but also they will establish strategies in order to achieve the goal that they set. And they also develop plans to integrate because they have many activities or many work functions. So it is important at the planning part, it is important to integrate and coordinate activities so that they be able to achieve the goals. So next is organizing. The work of organization is to organize. That means they have to design the unit structures. For example, in the organization, you can see that this department, and then next you go to the other departments, and then they have many departments, and sometimes they have their own units, not just department, there's also business unit and so on. So this consider as a organizing, because this part will determine what task to do for that department, and who gonna do that task, and who report to whom. That means if you're working in the department of marketing, for example, to whom you need to report your work. So it must be the manager of your department. You shouldn't cross over to other departments to see the managers to report about your work. Normally, if you are working in that department, you will be responsible, or you need to report to the manager of that department. And leading, the manager also the organization also involved in leading. So that's why it is important to have an organization, because organizations actually involve leading. Parts in the organization involve leading. That means is to direct and coordinate employees. So without if the organizations have employees but they do not have this kind of activities leading, so it is very difficult for them to coordinate, to supervise their employees, and to make sure that the employees perform the work. And last is controlling. It is important for the organizations. That's why many of the boss, or many of the CEO, they form the organization, because they want to control the outputs that produced by the employees. So organization, it is important to control, that means to monitor the performance of the organization as well as the performance of the employees, and compare whether the outcomes or the goal that they set be able to achieve the outcome. So that's basically organization. So management roles, Ms. Birch conclude that manager performs 10 different roles, highly interrelated, and this 10 is divided into 3 major roles: interpersonal, informational, and decisional. So under interpersonal, it consists of 3 elements. Under informational, consists of 3 elements also, and under decisional consists of 4 elements. So under interpersonal, we have figureheads, leader, and liaisons. So if you can see, the manager or the play different roles. If they belong to the interpersonal, normally you will see managers in the organizations, whether they are considered figureheads, leader, or liaisons. So figurehead, basically they work as a symbolic heads, as you can see that whether they normally people will see this symbolic heads, the managers as a symbolic heads, especially if you are employees in that department, you will see your manager as a role model, as someone that you rely on in terms of performance your work. So this manager required to perform a number of routine duties of a legal or social nature. Normally this is the activities that people expect for the manager to do. Leader, like I said, leader is under also manager, is part of the manager. So leader normally responsible for the motivations, direction, training, and hiring. So if you notice that sometimes some manager do the training, some manager do the hiring, motivations, but not other activities. So those who are doing this is considered as a leader. License, normally those who are doing networking with others with the outside contacts, normally to provide the informations. So the informations consists of 3 elements: monitors, 3 types: monitors, disseminators, and also spokespersons. So monitor, normally they will receive a wide variety of information. So basically monitor is they monitor the information that they receive. They serve as a nerve center, that means they process information whether internally or externally, that's related to the organization. Disseminator is also the manager, but this one is they transmit the information that they receive from outside to the internal. That means to the internal, to the employees or to the other managers. So disseminator, they receive the information from outside and then they inform employees or members in the organizations. Spokesperson is the opposite of disseminator. So spokesperson, normally they transmit information to outside, from the information from the organization to outside people, that means to the public, so that people know about the organization plan, policies, action, and so on. So they manager under spokesperson, they work to inform others outside the organization regarding the organization's internal plan and so on. And next is decisional, consists of 4 entrepreneur. As you can see, manager can be considered as an entrepreneur of the organizations because they normally responsible for coming up with the new ideas, responsible for the corrective actions when organization face important or unexpected disturbance. So they also come up with the proactive actions to overcome the problems. Resource allocators, when we talk about manager that work as a resource allocator, that means they in the organization sometimes employees or other manager will see this manager because they want to get the resources, the money, the finance. So resource allocator, the manager that's who responsible to approve significant organization decision and sometimes also to approve the financial budget and so on. Negotiator, when we talk about the manager as a negotiator, that means they're responsible for representing the organizations in the negotiation with the unions, with union leaders, with the with the publics, with the NGO, and so on. So that's why the organization just send the negotiator. So this negotiator may also consider as a manager, or in other words, is called also manager. Next is I thought we have one more, but it's actually three. Okay, management skill. So it is important for the manager, regardless of whether they are interpersonal, informational, or decisional. So they need to have the skill. So skill consists of three type of skills: technical skills, human skill, and conceptual skill. So technical skills are regarding the technique or the specialized knowledge or expertise needed in order to perform the job. Human skill, as a managers, they need to have the ability to understand their employees, to motivate their employees, and regarding how they deal with the people or with the human. Conceptual skill is a skill related to the mental ability to understand something abstract. So when they be able to understand something abstract, that means they be able to analyze and diagnose some complex situation, because they have that kind of literacy to understand the abstract, so they could understand the complex situation in the smooth way. So Luton come up with, and his associates, he also done some research and found out that not all managers are involved in certain managerial activities. That's mean all managers, they're not specific to one types of the activities, but may involve in different types. So they can be in term of they focus in term of traditional management, in term of communication, human resource, and networking. So as you can see here in this slide, manager may involve, for example, most of their activities may involve traditional management like administrations, supervising, and so on. Can also involve human resource. So you can see the average manager spend most of the time in traditions management, and then successful managers, they involve more in networking. And effective managers normally involve more in communication. So in order to be effective, manager must focus on communications. In order to be successful, they need to focus on networking. But average managers, normally they focus on traditional. So in order to be successful, need to focus on networking. In order to be effective, they need to focus on communication. So we're moving to moving to organizational behavior. I think we better have another videos for this. It's a bit it's not really long, but it needs some elaboration. So I will stop at this part and continue in part 2.